What has NASA found on the icy moon Europa that has researchers around the world in a tizzy? Could Jupiter's moon actually harbor the first sign of extraterrestrial life in our solar system? Europa has always been considered one of the most exciting places in our cosmic neighborhood, and recent discoveries are fueling hopes of finding life here. But what do the latest investigations tell us about this moon's hidden ocean? Is it really possible that life pulsates in its depths? Join us on this fascinating expedition to Europa as we uncover the mystery of this extraordinary satellite. Jupiter's moon, Europa. Jupiter's moon, Europa, was discovered by Galileo Galilei in 1610 and is the smallest of the gas giant's 4 large Galilean moons. At about 3,100 kilometers in diameter, Europa is about the size of our Earth's moon. Its surface is covered by a thick ice shell, under which researchers suspect an ocean of liquid water. Measurements of the Galileo probe have shown that this ocean could contain more than twice as much water as all oceans of the Earth combined. In addition to its icy surface, the moon Europa is characterized by complex networks of cracks and lines. Scientists are fascinated by these phenomena because they indicate living structures on the moon, and they are most likely caused by intense geological activity. The first detailed images of Europa came from the Voyager space probes in the late 1970s. In the 1990s and 2000s, the Galileo spacecraft revealed more details about this fascinating moon. Europa surprised in many ways. Despite its broken and discolored appearance, scientists discovered that this moon is the smoothest and firmest object in the solar system. The highest peaks are only a few hundred meters high on this celestial body, and large craters are rare. The smoothness indicates that the surface of the moon is still young. This could be because the moon itself is very young, or the surface renewed itself at some point in the moon's history. Moons in the solar system usually have an even more eventful history than that of the planets. As small bodies, they either formed around the planets or were once small planetoids themselves that became attached to larger planets during the evolution of our solar system. The Europa surface structure is probably only tens of millions of years old, not billions, as is the case with most other moons. Somehow the ice on Europa was renewed and quickly smoothed. Scientists suspect that the moon is constantly building a new surface from the inside out. Whether only the water and ice are relatively young, or the entire moon, is not yet unknown. It would also be conceivable that Europa did not always harbor so much water. That much water could also have arrived on the moon through a collision with a comet and then formed what we know today as Europa's surface. What do the lines and patches reveal? What goes on beneath Europa's icy and mysterious surface? Scientists would love to have an answer to these questions. NASA's planned Europa Clipper mission will finally provide those answers in just a few years. The goal of the mission is to learn more about Europa's ocean and the possibility of life in it. This image from the Galileo spacecraft shows several strange spots that researchers describe as freckle-like features. In technical terms, they are called lenticuli. These spots are about 10 kilometers in diameter, and many are smooth domes. Some are tangled pits, and some appear to have a reddish-brown hue. They are related to the frozen landscape, that much is clear.